Hey guys, VTech here, Blueberry Hill. So here we are on property. We're doing all the sheeting and the final installation for the shop. So the guys came up on the 3rd, started doing the sheeting. They got most of it done. So this video is kind of like a 4x speed time lapse of that install all the way through to when the doors and windows get put in. These guys are awesome. They work very quick, very well together. No fuss muss, just work. Anyway, they first day they did all the sheeting of the main building, which was pretty impressive. Second day they did the awning and all the trim work. Third day they had one guy come out and panel screw everything up, make sure all the screws are in, etc. And then the fourth day, a full day, was the roll-up doors and 5 windows. The last day, unfortunately, the weather was not all that nice. It was rainy, but these guys just fought through it and got it all done. Impressive crew. Danco, I'd highly recommend these guys. They're pretty awesome. Very enjoyed watching them. So here's a video of all. They're working pretty hard. I kind of clipped it here and there because you know, some of it's just rinse and repeat. But in any case, you get the idea. And they did an awesome job as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, to the end of the video. It's a little long, but you know, feel free to skip if you want. But in any case, it's kind of fun to watch, I think. Appreciate you guys watching the channel. If you like, please subscribe or like the videos, and we'll see you shortly with more video. The next one coming up is me staining the floor as per the property 1. I'm doing turquoise blue again. Surprise! Love the blue. But anyway, you'll see me doing that, and then after that we'll seal it and then install the lift, etc. Anyway, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. We'll talk at you later. Bye. So here you see the guys on the scissor lift. They're actually installing a set of straps that go to a dual set of straps that go along all the purlins, all 3 sections of the main part of the building, and that's to help not allow the purlins to rotate. So they put them in, and then later on they screw to basically just one screw to each strap between each purlin. The ones on the roof, they crisscrossed up and over, so it looks like an X in there, and apparently that keeps the purlin from twisting a tiny bit. But anyway, more strength, so I guess that's good. So here's a good shot of the guys installing the side paneling. It was pretty interesting. They had a little nibbler. They measured everything on the ground. They have a set of little horses on the left side of the building you can't see, and they trim all the panels. I believe it's a 12-degree slope or something like that. Anyway, they measure it all out and trim it on the ground, and they fasten it up there, make it all very nice and true. All of them seem to come up perfectly level with each other. And it was interesting, the door trim. They installed the door trim, all the fascia stuff that goes on the big roll-up door, and then they do the panels. So it was very meticulous, very controlled, and they just measured and cut the panels accordingly. You'll see that in a second here. But anyway, it was fun watching them. They were very precise. Everything, you can see the guy using a level the whole time. So quite impressive. Good crew. So here you actually see the little horses they're using. They put the panels on top of them, and one guy, throws the measurements down to the, I guess he was a foreman guy, and he measures it all out, cuts the angle with the little nibbler, and passes it up to the guy on the roof, and they strap it down. So you can see him using the measuring tape and stuff. They measure everything up. They get the scissor lift, and they make it all work very flawlessly. So I had a bit of time one day between while they're waiting for the next crew to come in and do the awning area. I decided to paint the door. Since I had time, didn't have anything else to do, so a little acetone, clean it all up. I took the door off a bit ago, and here I am, just cleaning it up with acetone. I taped up everything. You see blue tape there, some kind of exterior tape. There's a door hanging from a tree, not hanging, resting against. I'm going to spray with a regular air HVLP gun, high velocity, low pressure gun. It was a bit of a pain in the ass because the gun itself, the paint's a little too thick for it, so it wasn't quite coming out. And these are Harbor Freight spray guns. They're kind of a one-time use. I can never get them perfectly clean enough to actually make them work perfectly the same. So if you care, you just buy a new one for 20 bucks, do your job, and move on. Anyway, it took me a few extra, I guess, layers of paint to get this thing to take a full layer, solid layer of gray. And I also lucked out with the gray. The gray is matches a Maggie Ferguson Rust-Oleum gray, which is a tractor kind of exterior paint. It's meant to go on raw steel or primed steel, and I had this matched to an external enamel at Home Depot, and it covers just well. It's still enamel, so good enough for that. And they matched the exact color, so it was pretty cool. Anyway, watch me spray. Yippee! So the guys are back. This is where they do the final trim and the awning, and then the wall in the back. So you'll see them doing initially last bit of trim, and then they move towards the awning in the back and get that knocked out basically in one day. So pretty cool. So here's a shot of the peaks are going up next. What they do is they have that very sticky tape that goes between all the sheet metal. So they prepare all the panels on the roof, and the sides are actually pre-prepared. They put the tape on. It's got a backing that they pull off once they get it all up there. So they put all the tape on every one of them, stack them, and then they start working with the panels. So pretty efficient. So here's more of the same. You can see the guy putting the tape on the top sections of the roof. He basically does every single panel, and then he hands it up to the guys on the roof, and they just screw it all down. They're pretty fast when they get going, that's for sure. So here I didn't shoot the whole back being put up, but they were working on the wall back there, so I just had to shoot it while they were doing the door area. Again, the trim's on the door. They had a little bit of stuff to do with the beams right there, right in the middle. They did a very nice job cutting around the panel around there and etc. And they made it all work. And here they are, the guy with the hat there, the round hat. He's actually doing all the nibbling. He's, I think, the foreman guy. His name's Sam. But he does all the cutting, the trimming, passes it up to these guys, and they just snap it in there, and off they go. So here you'll see a couple of guys on a scissor lift. They're putting up all the trim work on the back part of the frame, kind of like a header cover. Makes it all look nice. I have a tiny bit more painting to do on a couple of the I-beams, which I thought were going to be covered, but they're not. So I'll come back and do that. But pretty much I painted all the frame that you could see, the Maggie Ferguson gray, so it matches the trim work on the building. So it looks pretty cool. I very much dislike that red oxide. It's just kind of a boring color, and it's nothing to really look at. So anyway, hope you're enjoying the videos. We'll talk at you later. So here's the they finished the wall in the back, so now they're doing the awning roof. It's a very simple slant roof. Gets flashing put against the wall and the roof side there. Once they got going, they just slapped the panels down. You'll see how quick this is. Well, it took them 10-15 minutes, whatever. Anyway, easy peasy, nothing fancy there. And then they had a little bit of a header, a trim package that goes on each side of the awning, so to make it look sweet. And then they put in the flashing to make it watertight to the wall. So final screw up on the roof, and then the guy with the blower, he's taking all the metal shavings and blowing them off the roof so they don't start any rusting issues. But sorry for the shaky video on that one. So this is the next day, kind of clipped over real quick. I did a short video section before this, but here are the guys. This is a pretty dark shot of them working on the roll-up doors. They made a pretty quick job of this. It took them about, what, 2.5, 3 hours maybe to do 2 roll-ups. They work flawlessly, so very cool. They're setting up the brackets right there, and then they're going to throw the door up. You'll see that in the next little clip here. Pretty efficient little brace they have. They have a forklift at a kind of a support. What do you call it? Like a shoe holder, with lack of a better word. Anyway, it holds the door underneath in a kind of a round covered thing so they don't scratch the door, and they just hold it in place while they put the door up. So in any case, seemed like it was pretty straightforward with all the right tools. So there you go. Alright, so here you see the guys putting up the roll-up door on the back side of the shop. This is the first one they put up. They put the brackets on there, bolted them up to the posts, and then they put the door on a cradle and used the forklift right there to actually get it up there. Seemed pretty straightforward. They took about, I guess, 3 hours to do both doors, and they work pretty nicely, and they're nice and tight, so appreciate that. Anyway, right tools, right job. So there you go. last but not least, they're putting in the window. So they measure everything out, very nice and meticulous, make sure everything's level. They use the clippers to cut most of the holes, then they fine tune it with clippers, and then they put the edging on the windows to hold the brace against the panels. And then they shove the window in place, and they just had 5 to do. You'll see the last section of the video. I had one put up pretty much at I guess it's probably a 12-foot level. Let some nice light into the one side of the shop. So went pretty straightforward. They're just working their butt off. You can see the guys on the outside, they have hoodies and stuff because it's raining on them. Probably wasn't too comfortable for them, but in any case, they got it done, so appreciate that. Rain or shine, they got everything going, and there's some minor little silicone work that the foreman's going to come back and do, and probably do it, I guess, earlier in the coming week. The weather's nice today, wasn't that Thursday, but anyway, hope you're enjoying the videos. We'll be coming back with more. Again, next section video will be staining the concrete, etc. So, see you then. So here's the last window going in. This is the one that's up high in the middle of the shop. I'll call this my semi-skylight. It's pretty up high, so it lets in a lot of light. That side of the shop is, I mean, right now it's dark because I don't have any power in there, but it'll be nice. When it's sunny, I think it'll work out just fine. These guys are nibbling away at the steel, the sheet. They actually poke holes in each corner, drill holes in each corner of the thing, then they nibble it out all the way through, and then they trim it with the little clippers that they have, and then they fit the window in. I don't show everything there, but you get the idea. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate the support. It was fun. I was very impressed on how quick these guys got everything done. Literally 5 days worth of work and the shop is complete, so appreciate that. And then the rest is up to me. Stain the floor, put the electrical in, get the lift moved, and then we can move from our other property to here, and we'll be rolling. Soon we'll start the containers and stuff, and that's when the real fun begins. Anyway, talk to you later. Thanks again.